Hi, welcome to the Mayor Dalina Show. I am Stephen Dalina, the proud mayor of our beautiful township of Monroe. For today, we are doing a remote session of the Mayor Dalina Show here at the Department of Public Works Recycling Yard. I am here with the Deputy Superintendent, Greg Slavichek, to talk to you about this wonderful facility. Now, I know when I'm out and about, I like to talk about our library, our senior center, and some of those other amenities. But it's the Public Works Department here, Recycling Center, that truly can be the crown jewel of Monroe Township. Just recently, we made some fantastic improvements. And this is one of the amenities here in Monroe Township that you as a taxpayer are certainly privy to and should be using, because there are fantastic things going on here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk to Greg, we're gonna tour the yard, we're going to bring in Joe Slomian to talk about some of the recycling initiatives that we're taking here in Monroe Township. So, Greg, welcome to the show.
Pleasure to be here, Mayor.
Yep, I know this is your second time on the Mayor Dalina Show.
It is.
So you must have did a very good job. I'm sure everyone always asks you for autographs now since you've been on the show the first time. All kidding aside, because that's who I am, let's focus on the recycling yard. Greg, as I mentioned, we made some improvements here. This is a wonderful facility, but I know it's more than the facility, it's the people that work here. Could you just tell us about some of our wonderful staff members?
Absolutely, Mayor. So here at the Recycling Center, we typically on a daily basis have both part-time and full-time employees that work within the facility. During the week, there's a staff of 4 at all times to handle any questions, concerns, and to help with the residents to dispose of the recycling material. And then on the weekends, obviously we're open every Saturday. We increase our staffing to 5 full-time members on every Saturday.
Terrific. And again, it's a place that I know I use and a lot of other residents. Could you just give us the address, and then that way we'll put up a little map to show our residents where we're located right now?
Sure. The address is 76 Gravel Hill Spotswood Road. And it's located right where the Public Works facility is within the facility.
Terrific. Alrighty, so here we are right at the start. Greg, could you just kind of tell us a little bit about what will happen when you come to the desk over here, the booth, to meet one of your staff members, and if they can provide some information on what they need to do, and obviously highlight this beautiful facility with the resurfacing and also the setting up of the different stations?
Sure, Mayor. So when a typical resident enters the facility, they'll be greeted here by one of our employees that first checks the proof of residency. Mm-hmm. Once that is then good to go, they will be directed to one of our 12 color-coded drop-off points, mm-hmm.
to
which whatever particular materials they have to drop off, they will be assisted by one of our staff members to place it properly in a properly located recycling receptacle.
So, as we're looking at the yard right here, what are we seeing?
So, if you could, off to our right, there's a couple drop-off points that we can go into detail with, but we have our bulky waste drop-off site, our standard metal recycling, propane tanks and propane cylinder drop-off. We have our refrigerator drop-off, as well as our newly famous foam cycle machine that densifies the styrofoam packing material from a 90-to-1 ratio, as well as our new cardboard compactor, and then followed by our cold mingle recycling receptacle.
So when a typical resident will come in, obviously they're going to have some stuff in their vehicle. Are they then asked what type of material it is, and then they'll be directed to where they need to drop the things off?
Absolutely. So when they're greeted here, we typically ask what they have, if they have been here prior, because most people they're repeat residents, and at that point, if they don't know where a particular item goes, we will then direct them to that particular receptacle.
Perfect. So let's take the opportunity now to go check out some of the spaces. All righty, Greg, where are we?
So, Mayor, this would be the first stop. If somebody was to have a standard alkaline battery and a lithium-ion battery, we do have a battery drop-off for the people to drop their batteries. As you can see, there's a multiple assortment of batteries, from lawnmower batteries to your standard car batteries. But I do want to mention that with our recycling program, we do accept the lithium-ion batteries, but now with the strict guidelines on recycling, we do ask the residents if they come. They do let us know that they have a lithium-ion battery, so we can recycle it and package it properly for proper disposal.
Thank you. Alrighty, Greg, our next stop looks like oil.
Yes.
A little bit about it.
That's right, Mayor. Stop number 2 here, as you can see, is a drop-off point for used oil, used antifreeze, as well as a county-run program that we accept used cooking oil.
Now, ultimately, Greg, just real quick, where does this stuff go after it gets dropped off here?
We then have an outside vendor that comes in and will then recycle and purify the oil, and then it is reused.
Alrighty, next looks like paint. Greg, fill us in, baby.
Yeah, this is one of our larger programs that we offer here. It's a county-based program. So the trailer behind us hosts the assortment of oil base, water base, and stain and varnishes, where on every third Saturday of the month, residents not only within the township of Monroe, but throughout the county of Middlesex can come drop their paint off at our facility. One note to add, that even though it is every third Saturday of the month, we do allow the Monroe Township residents to drop it off at any point to our recycling facility.
So, Greg, it looks like we've to the land of televisions that have met their usefulness, and they're ended up here.
Yeah, Mayor, this is our e-waste program. It is another program that has really taken off with the township. With our e-waste program, obviously the guidelines have changed slightly, but here we normally take all the TVs, computer components, towers, monitors, so on and so forth, anything related to your PC.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, this is relatively unique to recycling yards in the region, that we were one of the first ones to be able to accept e-waste. Is that correct?
Correct. And actually, believe it or not, the e-waste program, through our recycling coordinator, Joe Shlomian, he's worked diligently with the county to provide us with the spot, and now we have what's called a secured spot where they drop off all their electronics so the residents can feel comfortable dropping anything with hard drives or any personal information on it, to where it then goes to a bonded company and they abstract all the precious metals out of the material.
Alrighty, it looks, Greg, that we're at the bulk waste. I think a lot of people have a lot of stuff in their house, and this is probably the most used station. Could you tell us a little bit about the station here at the recycling yard, and also maybe elaborate a little bit about the bulk pickup program that we have here in the township?
Sure, Mayor. So the program within the recycling facility, as you can see, it is our busiest receptacle. Normally we have 2 dumpsters down. There's an occasion time where we have to put 3. Anybody can bring anything from furniture to garage material. We just don't accept construction debris or any food waste. But this does, generate a lot of recyclable materials where it's one of the busiest receptacles that we have here. In regards to the cleanup program that runs curbside, that program is a program that runs from spring to fall, and where any resident can call our department, where each residence is allowed 1 bulk pickup per year. It is by appointment only. But if you were to call our office, which the office number is 732-656-4575, you can schedule a bulk pickup, to where you then place your items at the curb the evening before, and they will be picked up the following scheduled business day, according to our schedule.
Terrific. Yeah, I know we've been receiving a lot of calls at Town Hall in regards to that program, so I think this is crucial to get that pertinent information out, and I appreciate it. Alrighty, Greg. Looks like we're coming to the other end here of the recycling yard. There's a couple categories here. Looks like some specialty material. Can you fill us in?
Sure, Mayor. So behind us we have our metal drop-off, followed up by our propane cylinder drop-off, which that's the standard 20-pound cylinder, followed by the refrigerator and air conditioning drop-off, and then followed up by our foam cycle Styrofoam densifying machine.
Now, for some of the material here, especially, again, you had mentioned about the refrigerators. Would you accept the refrigerator that has its doors on here as well?
That's a good question, Mayor. No, we don't. When the refrigerator comes to our yard, the doors must be removed for safety purposes. And I would like to note that also, along with being able to drop it off within our recycling facility, we do offer a curbside appliance pickup all year round.
Alrighty, Greg, we've seen some amazing things. We are getting into the fall months, which means fall season is here. And of course, that brings us the wonderful season of change and the falling of our leaves in town. Do we offer any type of assistance regarding bags for residents?
Yes, Mayor. So leaf bags are available here at the recycling facility. If you stop by and show proof of residency, we give them out to you as a complimentary item for township residents.
And we do receive a lot of the leaf bags through a grant program. I'm going to talk to Joe Slomian shortly in regards to some of the wonderful things we're doing in regards to getting some funding for a lot of our recycling. But Greg, as we wrap up things here, if we can just, any last tips or ideas to help the residents of Monroe with our recycling yard?
Yeah, Mayor. So here in the recycling facility and with our recycling division, we're big on education. So the most important thing here is if you don't know or if you're unsure about how to recycle a particular item, just ask. We will direct you and we'll give you all the information needed to have it recycled properly.
Sure, and if we can just finish off with reiterating hours of operation as well as our location here.
Yeah, so the location again is 76 Gravel Hill Spotswood Road, located right behind the construction department. And the normal hours of operation are 7 a.m. to 2:45 p.m. Monday through Friday, as well as every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m.
Terrific. Greg, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor.
All righty, so we have Joe Slomian, Monroe Township's recycling coordinator here. Joe, you are an amazing asset to our staff here in regards to all that you do regarding recycling. Can you just tell the residents of Monroe a little bit about the grants that we apply for and are successful in getting to help us do what we need to do here?
Sure. There's a tonnage report grant that we get from the DEP, a Clean Communities grant is also DEP, and we take advantage whenever Middlesex County offers a recycling enhancement grant. There's for three different things. A recycling enhancement grant could be for whatever the county chooses at that grant period. This time it was for the foam cycle machine, so we got fully reimbursed for that. The Clean Communities money comes from a tax that gets taxed on litter-making companies throughout the state, and that state gets granted to the different municipalities that apply for it and comply with their regs. And the tonnage report is where I need to go to all the companies in the town and collect data on what Monroe recycles, and according to the amounts we get paid accordingly for that. And that's used for all the stuff we get.
Yeah, truly. I mean, we wouldn't be able to do it without the grant funding that you helped spearhead. You had mentioned the Styrofoam machine, one of the true assets, toys that we have here. That is just an amazing apparatus. And I think let's just jump on over and see the magic that happens here at the recycling center. All right, Joe. So it sounds like this is a very unique experience that Monroe residents have to bring their own foam here and have it recycled. Could you give us a little more detail on this wonderful machine that we have?
Yeah, it's kind of new technology that the county started out. They had a machine for the county use that the towns could go to. And we were looking into it about the same time they were, so we kind of let them try it out first, and it turned out to be a real good program, and they offered an REG grant so that we can get our own.
So what's the final product, right? It spits out this item,
right?
And then where does it go, and how does it get reused?
Okay. All right, so after it gets densified, it comes out and we make it into blocks that they're called ignots. We sell these ignots to a molding company that makes plastic molding for pictures.
So it's true recycling from garbage that might be sitting in somebody's garage or attic. It comes here, it gets put through the machine, and then it gets sent out for reuse. I mean, that's the ultimate.
Right.
That's recycling at its best. All right, Joe. And listen, as we finish up over here, listen, the stuff that we all know about paper, plastic, and cardboard. We have receptacles over here. Now, obviously, we do have our curbside pickup through the county, but if citizens need to drop off the materials here, they have the opportunity. But one of the things I know that's so important, and I know it's something that you're spearheading, is something called Recycle Coach. Can you just fill me in a little bit and the residents of Monroe about what Recycle Coach is?
Sure. Recycle Coach is an app that the state DEP will pay for any municipality that wants to sign up for it. And you can get it on your app stores. You click onto it, and has a section where asks where materials go. So you can type in any material, and it'll tell you if it's recyclable, how to recycle it, if you need to throw it away. And that app is growing. Actually, we're just starting a Clean Communities portion of that app that the state's also going to pay for if we want it. But it's loads of information that everybody's got phones, they can get it on their phone.
Perfect. We're going to certainly put that on our show here, information, and you got to take advantage of it.